What if the story you loved in God of War was never meant to have a hero? For millions of players, Kratos is the ultimate rebel, a man who defies gods, destroys worlds, and somehow earns redemption. But behind every axe swing hides something far older and darker. The truth is that God of War rewrote real myths, tales that were never about glory, but about punishment, hubris, and the price of power. In Greek mythology, Kratos wasn't human at all. He was a minor deity, the literal personification of strength, one of 4 siblings born from the Titan Pallas and the goddess Styx. Zeus called on Kratos and his siblings to enforce his rule, making them divine enforcers who chained rebels and punished oathbreakers. When God of War begins with Kratos breaking those chains, the symbolism is perfect irony. The game's mortal Kratos is trying to free himself from the god he once served. The blades on his wrists mirror an ancient motif called the Bond of Oaths. In Greek stories, betrayal always left scars. Prometheus bound to a rock, Ixion to a wheel, Sisyphus to a hill. The developers didn't invent Kratos' torment. They borrowed that recurring curse. That divine rebellion always ends in eternal repetition. Even his tragic family arc echoes Heracles. Heracles murdered his wife and children in a fit of madness sent by Hera, then spent 12 labors seeking redemption. Swap Hera for Ares, the labors for monsters, and you have Kratos' entire Greek saga retold through modern tragedy. When the story moved to the Norse realms, it wasn't random creative freedom, it was mythological migration. As the Greeks fell, Norse tales took their place in Europe's imagination. Colder, harsher, more fatalistic. In God of War Ragnarök, Kratos finds himself among gods who mirror the same moral decay he fled in Greece. Baldur, the radiant son of Odin, really was blessed so that nothing could harm him, except mistletoe. His death in myth triggers Ragnarök, the doom of the gods. Freya's rage and grief in the game are true to the Eddas. She begged every creature to spare her son, and when one plant was overlooked, it doomed them all. Only one detail differs. The real Freya was also a goddess of battle and passion, leading the Valkyries and choosing half of the slain for her own hall. She was never a victim for long. Then there's Odin. The all-father of myth was not a wise mentor. He was a restless wanderer obsessed with knowledge. He sacrificed his eye for wisdom, hung himself on the world tree for runes, and practiced satyr, a form of forbidden magic considered shameful for men. The game captured that duplicity. A god who calls himself wise while manipulating every soul around him. Even Atreus, the son who questions his father's legacy, carries mythic weight. His alternate name, Loki, ties him to the trickster destined to destroy the gods, a child of chaos born from order. The myth's circular logic returns. The god-killer fathers, the god who ends the gods. The ancients never told these stories for entertainment. Each myth was a mirror for human pride. Every hero who challenged divine law paid a price. Prometheus gave humanity fire and was chained for eternity. Odysseus defied Poseidon and wandered the seas for decades. The Greeks feared what hubris unleashed. God of War flipped that script. We no longer fear rebellion, we crave it. Kratos is the fantasy of defiance winning. He kills his gods and survives. That reversal explains the game's power. It speaks to a modern world that prizes self-determination over obedience. The ancients taught submission, we teach self-forgiveness. But beneath every cinematic moment, the bones of old religion remain. When Kratos kneels beside his son's mother's grave, he's reenacting ancient funerary rites. When he travels with Mimir's talking head, he echoes Odin carrying Mimir's decapitated wisdom after the Vanir War. Every symbol, every creature, every rune is an echo of a ritual that once meant life or death. So what does it all mean? It means the myths never ended, they evolved. Where the ancients saw warnings, we see stories. Where they saw gods, we see reflections of ourselves. Kratos' journey isn't about slaying divinity, it's about understanding it, recognizing that the gods were always metaphors for human extremes. Rage, pride, love, grief. They live in us, just with better graphics now. If you want more hidden truths behind your favorite worlds, tap like, drop your favorite myth in the comments, and subscribe. Next time, we'll pull the mask off Marvel's Egyptian gods. Welcome to Pantheon, Myths in Minutes.